This is Uncle Leo, who had the same voice as Fox, but really was not quite as tortured as Fox. The thing about the Super Mutants was they have gorilla-like voice boxes, this particular strain of the FEV, the East Coast FEV. For some reason, Fox kept his intelligence, but could not process it. Very close to the same for Uncle Leo, but not the same. Everybody else, all the other Super Mutants, stupid as a rock and very evil. This was from Point Lookout, one of the expansions. This is the Tracker Yokel, which is basically the guys from Deliverance, all mutated, chasing you around, trying to make you squeal like a pig.
You got a real pretty mind. Look mighty cute, them jeans.
Yeah, the left arm there would have made your evening last night, sir, very difficult for him. So, this is Scribe Bigsley, who was in Broken Steel, and there's some folks who actually seem to like him and have been putting out little comic strips and things of that sort. He is the closest to my actual voice that you're not hearing right now. He's the closest to my actual voice. Mark Lambert said, we've never really done you doing you, but Bigsley was tired, overworked, very depressed, just whatever, what do you want? Fine, he was really, I mean, you want to talk about little bitch. Scribe Bigsley was a little bitch, and he was like fun. He's not happy. He looks like he has iron poor blood, doesn't he? Let's see, where do we move from here? Star Trek Legacy. This was way cool because I got to wear all 5 of the captains, the original captains, were on this game. So I got to be characters and captains of other ships in the Federation. I was Klingons, I was Romulans, I was even Borg. So I played all these different characters and they got to interact with the different captains. But for the E3 version, I was Captain James T. Kirk in the Starship Enterprise. I actually did my best to match what Kirk sounded like in the original series. And they put the game together, it went out, and it was at E3. And that is what they used to convince Shatner to do the game. They took the game to him, they played it, they showed it to him, and they said, well, hey, if you don't want to do it, we've got this guy. So I was this close to actually being the captain of the Starship Enterprise, but that's when Shatner threw a Gorn-sized papier-mâché rock off my chest and took the job back for himself, and even mentioned that in an article for Reuters, which was one of my favorite things. I want to show you a little bit, if you don't mind. This is one of the scenes from... Oh, really? Holy crap. Time flies when you're having fun. This is one of the scenes from Star Trek.
The former, General Menley. Thanks to your swift action, Deep Space Nine has been secured. You have earned great honor for your house, but we still have to marshal the other forces in the system.
Never have I fought such a soulless enemy as these. Borg. But rest assured, we shall be victorious, and souls or no, we shall send them off to Great Borg. Lead on, Captain. We shall follow you into the belly of the beast.
Our long-range sensors have detected 3 battle groups. 2 Romulan fleets are fighting Borg vessels on opposite sides of the system, while the remaining Klingon forces have also engaged in a fleet action of a 3rd.
Whatever you decide, Captain, we will be at your side.
So that was pretty cool, and that's the second game that I was actually spliced into with Patrick Stewart. I'd love to say that I worked with Patrick Stewart in 2 games. My characters did interact with him, but we were in different studios on different sides of the world. Before we go, I've got a couple more. I did the Emperor, the Dremora again, Lucian came back. I was Shea Gorath once more, but Shea Gorath was actually you this time. In Skyrim, okay? He was your character. We all know that. He talked about everything that you did. And, you know, no matter whether you were male, female, you know, a cat creature, whatever, having the Wabbajack, you morphed over 200 years into Shea Gorath. And then there is this role, movies. Wait a minute.
He sounded like a 13-year-old going through puberty. Let's do his voice.
That's one of my favorite roles, the 13-year-old going through puberty. Let's move this. Let's see, move along. Come on, nothing's here. Move along. That's it. Quest. Okay, there's he who killed him. Thanks everybody for killing the Emperor. Sheogorath with his new look. Oh, this guy, Hermanus Mora in Dragonborn, the most recent. He has more eyes than you, and is probably one of the most effed up voices I've ever done. This was from a movie called For Richer or Poor. I got to work with Tim Allen and Kirstie Alley, and I was the guy doing the Amish Lincoln there. Got to work with Chris Rock and Head of State. I was actually, this was very cool. Don LaFontaine's last voiceover was for Phineas and Ferb doing the introduction. And he didn't do the middle part. And they had me come in and do the impersonation of Don and fill the middle part in to keep the last Don LaFontaine voiceover alive. And that is a huge privilege. I don't think I have it here. Sorry. But basically it was like, and starring Lorenzo Lamas as Meep. That was basically it. Cool. But I also, this is Nicole Kidman. Got a chance to work with her on The Invasion, which was fun. Although
and that's you as the homeless guy?
Yeah, I was the newsstand guy. I'm on the phone with my girlfriend going, why should I get you flowers? I didn't do anything wrong. Hold on a second, and give her the money. And then she takes the money and she goes, I'm like, I'm what? I am all about the romance. And they kept it all in, making up my lines, and they kept it in the movie, which was cool. They cut the second half. In the second half, the stubble was gone. All this was gone. I was turned into an alien, and that was cool. But they cut that part because they brought the Wachowski brothers in, and they changed the whole second half of the film.
How does it make you feel when some of your stuff ends up on the cutting room floor?
As long as I'm in part of it, I get paid for it, get residuals, I'm cool. Yeah. This one here, have anybody see the Ray Lewis commercial that was recently on? The Visa commercial. I was the reporter that was saying insulting things to Ray, and then the little girl steals the show, and I love that. Everybody's saying, I hope you're not upset that the little girl stole the show, and I'm like, hell no. I'm in the spot. Little girl steals the show, that means they'll run it more. That means residuals come my way. This is at a Washington Capitals game. You'll see this look again shortly. I am unleashing the fury right here.
You look pretty happy.
Oh, that was, the guys around me.
Laughing at a dirty joke right there. Does it look like?
They're waiting, they take bets. All the officials in the box around me take bets to see if this is the day I'm gonna have an aneurysm. This is Selma Blair, and I was playing a character in a John Waters movie called Fat Fuck Frank. You gotta love that. I was a biker named Fat Fuck Frank. Selma Blair, they put these giant latex.
Those aren't real?
They're not real, sadly. But Selma did whip me with them during the nude version of those in the Holiday House scene. And after the first take, somebody goes, do we want to get a safety on that? And John Waters yells, no, those things are too expensive to waste on Wes's head. So
is there an unrated version of the DVD where we get to see
there's an NC-17
whipping your face?
I will show you. I don't see that part, but as we end, here is a scene from A Dirty Shame.
Mrs. Stickles, my name is Fat Fuck Frank. I'm your daughter's #1 fan.
She moved to the Erie Canal area.
Hey, Vaughn. Hey. Caprice retired from show business. She's no longer a public figure.
Her name ain't Caprice, it's Ursula Utters, and she's famous. She got the biggest tits on Hartford Road. Ursula? Ursula Utters?
Texture. That's what I call it.
It's me, Fat Fuck Frank, and I miss that great big
We sure didn't have this in D.C.
God, I love Baltimore. It's a real city of diversity.
Sylvia, we need gas, honey! Get gas! Honey, still man? Remember to fill it up! I'll walk!
Fat Fuck Frank, Mrs. Stickles, go home and free your daughter. She's one of us and needs to be here now. unforgiven.
Number 11. Oh my God! I'm a 12th apostle?
Would you mind disappearing?
No, I'm just Sylvia Stickles. I'm a horny woman with a head injury. I don't
I
have...
know you are, and we're going to do something about that.
Ray Ray is a sex saint, and he's got powers.
I've got a heart on gold, and my tongue is on fire.
Oh, I've got hot pants, Ray Ray. We're all in heat.
And as you know, Sylvia is a cunnilingus bottom. Who wants to eat her out? Let's go sexing!
And there's scene. That was from a Dirty Shame, and I got to tell you, that was one of the funnest sets I've ever been on. It was a great time. It reminded me of being back in the old drama departments back in high school, you know. And it was a blast.
What's John Waters like?
John was great. John was.
He's a twisted, maniacal motherfucker.
Well, he is, but he's a real gentleman about it. You walk into his house and he's got an electric chair right there when you first come in. And there is a giant picture in his kitchen of one kid peeing on another. But you've got a wall full of books, and he's very relaxed. I went downstairs to use the restroom down there, and on the wall is a framed case that has the sunglasses that Patty Hearst used when she robbed the bank with the Symbionese Liberation Army, and it's signed over "All My Love, Patty Hearst." And you know, 'cause I got to meet Patty in the movie, you know, and hang out with Patty Hearst, and I got to, you know, it was just a great time. It was really very cool, and working with Tracy Ullman was a blast. And Selma Blair played my girlfriend in an NC-17 film like that's ever going to happen again. So that was fun. Now, I have $20 in MAGFest bucks. We're going to give some things away here real quick. Anybody here who can tell me what Fat Fuck Frank's name was in the R-rated version?
They changed it?
They changed it.
Wait. Fat Fuck Frank? That's not the R version name?
No.
You mean it's worse?
No, it's lighter. NC-17. This film was rated about 2 weeks after the Janet Jackson thing, and the FCC brought a ton of bricks down on John. And this
Was it
movie
still a 3-syllable?
should have been an R. It is. Yes, young lady. It is not Fat Ass Frank, but I appreciate the thought. Anybody else?
Fat something Frank.
It is still alliterative. Yes, sir.
I believe it'll be Fat Freak Frank.
It is Fat Freak Frank. Come up and get your $20. John, we've got a 20 and a 10 to give out here. If you got a question for somebody.
Wow. But it's your panel, dude.
Who would like
I know, but
It's your panel. I can't give them out.
Why not?
She raised Jack
I'm not entitled, man.
Oh, you're entitled.
I crashed your damn panel and
All right, wait a minute.
distracted you.
I will ask a question about the Washington Capitals then. How about that?
Yeah.
All right.
For a 10 or a 20?
Let's give this one as a 20. I want to know 3 coaches who have been players for the Washington Capitals.
Adam Oates, Dale Hunter.
Doesn't have to be a head coach. Those 2 are correct.
Okay. Ole Colsing, goaltending coach.
Yeah, he is a goaltending coach. I'll give him that. Here you go, sir. We would have also accepted Callie Johansson.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, you forgot about Callie. Don't forget about Callie. We got a 10 spot. What do we give a 10 spot to? I will give a 10 spot to the first person who gets up here. Wait a minute, runners up. You 2 guys, come here. You get 5 each. That's pretty
You have a
good.
whole bunch of those left right there. Are you gonna give those away?
We're gonna give these away. These can be thrown.
Here, give me a handful. Let's play you catch it, you win it.
All right.
These are all dollars, right?
Those in the back may want to come up to the front at this point.
Great shot.
Here, John, you're a better thrower than I am.
Did I put an eye out yet? I'm trying.
Oh, those are actually worth money in the market.
What did you get? A 1. But if you catch more than 1, they add up. I caught it in my eye. I feel lucky.
She deserves another one just for catching that one.
Thank you very much.
Just for catching that one. Oh. Nice. Wait, do 2 of them and sing "The Sun Will Come Out Tomorrow." Now you can do Annie too. Your vocal range is.
I think
2 in a row? She's badass. Hey, that just made you fat fuck Annie.
Fat fuck Annie. There's a strip in there if anybody wants to draw it.
Oh, sorry. I am throwing them, so watch your eyes. Last one. Did I get you?
All right. Now let's
That was
see.
fun, thanks.
I need to find. Let's
Let me
see.
throw that one.
You want to throw it? There you go.
Are you serious?
Yeah, throw it. This one's going to put out an eye, definitely.
Who wants it the most? Oh, gosh.
Okay.
Okay. We need someone who's wearing any kind of hat. Any kind of hat. Come get it. Come get it. Any kind of hat. There you go.
Obviously, the fastest hat wearer is the winner of that one.
Anybody here who is wearing any kind of designer underoos? What?
I already have one.
Now prove it. You can give that away to
You
somebody
give
else.
this to whoever you wish.
Let's see.
Oh, she's demonstrating.
Oh, yeah,
I'll take it.
It's good.
I'll take it.
You guys should be applauding that, actually.
Guys, do not attempt to try this up here. Let's see. Anybody who works currently with Bethesda Softworks. All right, I knew you were. Come on up and get it.
Wow, is that like
Andrew. Yeah, but he works in QA. He needs something free.
Oh, dude.
Am I wrong? I'm not wrong. Okay. Anybody who will make sure that anything that was videotaped at John St. John's party never makes it on YouTube.
But if you do have that tape, I'd like to see it again. Or any photos from that event that I can hold up with my left hand.
Anybody have a photo from that
We're not going to have
event?
a Hulk Hogan moment, are we?
Does anybody have an autograph on their badge from John St. John?
I missed you because you ran away.
There you go. Now,
I can't carry it in my suitcase.
we have 4 more. Sir, would you come up here and explain to everybody how late it is? When's the next person coming in?
They're in at 12:30.
They're in at 12:30, so we're taking up their time. If you would take that and hand it to the most worthy person there, I would like the most unworthy person to come up here and get this.
Oh.
Thank you, Tom. See, low self-esteem finally pays off.
And now the prize to the biggest douchebag in the room. He put his hand up.
Who put your hand out? Who's the biggest douchebag?
Well, technically,
Oh,
it'd
come
be
get it,
me,
sir.
but
Come
he
get
could
it.
have the prize.
He had a hat. And this one goes to, let me see, I'm gonna pick a name at random. If your name happens to be Michelle Misha Miller. There you go.
You're kind of like Santa Claus at your panel. I like that. Nice.
I don't have anything left to give except to honeys. There's one for you.
That's what I needed. Aw.
Hey guys.
That makes me your honey? Am I your bitch too?
Thank you all for coming out here today. I really appreciate it. Let's hear it for John St. John's famous. And no matter whether you like Kirk or Picard, whoever you meet out there today, engage.
Oh yeah, sorry those voices didn't come together this morning, man.
Oh, we were so fried and
Don't like a
screwed.
pro business traveler. Pick any card in the aisle.
Priceline.
Price drop.